Howdy, howdy, this is TPot on Mordrum. Here we are at episode 8, and you'll notice down here in my inventory, I've actually made some iron tools. The reason I made these iron tools and the reason I've put on my iron hat is I actually went caving for a bit, got some good supplies, so I'll show off those real quick. So you can see, got a little bit more iron, got a little bit more gold, found some more diamonds, got some more lapis, and I've also done a bit of harvesting here. What I've done the past few cycles is rather than let the saplings fall, I've gotten the leaves. I've also harvested a few more spruce trees. We need some spruce wood for our next project. And then over here, in the forge, I put all the cobblestone that I got from my latest dig. So what I want to do today is I want to start building my villa. So I've got this little docking port here, and I'm going to be building over here. Now the thing is, this is supposed to be a Venetian style apartment, and so I also collected some sand for some sandstone. So I'm going to be making sandstone. Later on I'll be taking some parts and I'll be replacing it with yellow stained clay. Also got some wood here, so we're going to get started in a few minutes. So I will get back in just a second once I lay out a little foundation here. I'm going to do like I kind of did with the tree island over there, where I'm going to have cobblestone completely lined around. But instead of having dirt, I'm actually going to be having put in some wood half slabs. So I'll be back in a bit. So at this point, we've got all the planks set up here, and we're ready to start setting up a house. So I've done a little bit more over here. I want to show you real quick what we've done over in the farm before we get started with the house. As you can see, I've been harvesting the trees a few times, and we got plenty of wood. Trees are sprouting nicely. One of the things that I've done is during the last harvest, I actually took some iron and made some shears and just took the leaves. So I'm going to have some nice decorations going on over there as well. And you see some ink sacs here, so I want to talk real quick about where that's been going. Remember in our last video I had to adjust the reed farm so that the reeds would actually grow because they wouldn't grow underwater. So I've been repeatedly harvesting these, and if I actually go down here, you can see where I've been actually setting up quite a bit of reeds down here. It's a little dark, but as I mentioned before, I can walk through here, and this does replenish my air, and then I can set up some reeds down here whenever I need to. So I've been able to catch a couple of squid, giving their life for our little islands here. I haven't decided exactly what I'll do with the black ink, but plenty of trees are going. Our canopy looks really nice. You can see some of the trees have actually grown fairly tall. So let's go back over here. Remember I mentioned that I'd collected some of the sandstone to actually build this. A lot of the houses in Venice, not only do they have kind of a yellowish stone to them because of the sand and the silt that's all around, but they also are very airy. So I'm going to put smooth sandstone out. There's going to be a couple of places once I lay out the foundation that I'm going to put some regular sandstone in there just to give some detail to the texture. And I'm also going to build a little garden in here, but I want to build something that's going to be long, it's going to be narrow, and it's probably going to be 3 or 4 stories tall. I'm envisioning something that's more like a kind of a villa apartment type thing going here. So it's going to be extending out probably one end right here where this torch is. So I'm going to go ahead and start building up some walls. Most of these walls I'm actually going to end up taking out just because if you look at a lot of the Venetian designs, you'll see that they're very airy. They're very light. There's a lot of long, tall, thin windows in here. And that's just a part of the nature of how it had to be built. The thing is, you want something that's not going to take up a lot of weight just because that weight is being supported by relatively few wooden pillars. And I thought that was rather interesting that they use wooden pillars. And normally you think, well, if you're dealing with wood, wouldn't the wood rot? And in fact, no, the wood doesn't rot. The wood is very deep into the silt and the soil, and there's no oxygen down there, and so there isn't very much rotting going on at all. So this is the basic outline of the house. I'm going to have this basically be an entryway and some minor stuff here, maybe open out to a terrace on this side over here, and then as I add layers, I'm going to add functionality to each of these layers. So basically it's going to be sandstone for now. As I said, I would like to maybe replace some of the exterior walls with yellow stained clay or orange stained clay to be truer to the Venetian the actual walls that they use in Venice. So I'm going to try and collect some of these torches. I've got the outside lit up fairly well. I do want to set up a nice inside as well, so it looks like there is the center for the light. So this will end up being our entryway, so I'm going to set up some lighting in here. And of course, during the day, I'm actually going to have a lot of lighting coming through from very tall windows that'll extend, gosh, ceiling to roof pretty much. That's the way that the Venetians are. So I'm going to go ahead and craft some doors here. I've got plenty of wood. So I'm going to go ahead and need 2 doors. And so there we go. Nice little beginnings of a house. I'm also going to actually go through and make a crafting table that I'll have inside, and also pull in some of this raw sandstone. As I said, I'm going to be replacing some of this with the raw sandstone to give it kind of a weathered look to it. But you know, just right now at this point I'm laying out a foundation. And as I mentioned, I'm going to have kind of like a nice little entryway. It's going to be helpful for me to have stairs coming up one end. I think this end right here would be a good place to have stairs. Actually, I'll do this and have this kind of be a terrace. And then we'll just continue coming up. But at this point I can continue up with the walls. Actually, no, these are the... This isn't the smooth stone. I really want the smooth stone up here. So I'm going to continue building walls. I'll talk about flooring in just a minute. I normally teach high school, and so school started this week for my students. I'm recording this a few days before school actually started, but school for my students started this past Monday, and it's, you know, I do a Monday, Thursday release here, so this is our Thursday video. And I know a lot of y'all are getting busy with school. One of the things I've noticed about this server is that it actually tends to die down during the vacation hours. It's almost as if most of the students use their school as their connection to the internet, which I think is a little peculiar. It seems like the time at school would be the time that you would have less time to play games, and the time that you would have at home without, you know, maybe if you're on a vacation or something, would be the time that you would have more time to play video games. So it just seems kind of counterintuitive to me, but you know, whatever works. So I'm going to take some of this raw wood, and I want to create some beams. So I'm going to go ahead and create some beams here. This is one of the things I've noticed, is that a lot of the roofs have these wonderful beams going across, and then I'll put a wood floor on the next floor and continue building. So we've got 4 and then a beam, 4 and then a beam. And actually I'll probably go ahead and put the beam here just so it's centered. But just something here that gives a nice beam. There we go. And then I can continue, go ahead and use half slabs to create a floor in here. And then we're going to go ahead and continue on with the building. So this gives us just a basic idea of the shape of what's going on. And I really think I'd like here to have an entrance out into this area, which will actually be a nice little garden. So I probably will actually take some of this these half slabs out, and as soon as I get some silk touch, I'll go ahead and put some grass out here as well. So in the meantime, we'll go ahead and get started with a little bit of fencing. I'm going to go ahead and get some sticks in here. That's not going to be anywhere near enough fences, so luckily I've got some more wood over at the house. So, hello, my cow is talking to squids. Hello, coo. Yeah, you need to be careful. It's a bit dangerous out here in the real world. So let's steal some things. That's something else, is that these platforms here can be 3 sticks in an arc, string straight down. That these platforms are actually where I find some ink sacs as well. So lots of issues with my squiddies here. So I'm not going to have any problem with ink. That is not what I want to do, and I don't want to do that as well. Let's go ahead and make sticks that way. Hello, stick. And more stick, and that should give us enough fencing to at least make our way around. So just fence sticking out here, going around. And just kind of giving some definition here. To this point here. And then of course out here, this is a nice little walkway, and then gets us into our house. And then we'll continue the stairs up, half slabs on this level, and that's what we're looking at. So let's get some half slabs going here. By the way, I think I'm still on, yeah, I'm still at level 7, so I need to go ahead and take care of a vote. So let me do that real quick. And there's my inventory before. And I got 2 ender pearls. Cool. So I can use those. So now I've got these half slabs. I'll go ahead and put half slabs on top up here at this level. That's peculiar. Okay, so occasionally we have issues with lag, and that's basically what's happening here. So let's go ahead and fix this up. One of the things is that if you build on things that don't exist, when they disappear due to lag, anything you build on that disappears due to lag will then subsequently disappear. So it's a bit frustrating, but it's part of the Minecraft game that we all know and love. And I think we're okay there, so I just wanted a little bit enough entrance here that we can continue all the way across here. Now I'm thinking at this first level I'm going to have This first level is going to be pretty much kitchen, entryway, foyer, maybe a hat rack or something. I'm going to try and be imaginative as I build some things. And then we'll continue on over here. I think I'd really like to have these beams kind of be where walls are so that they aren't as noticeable in the floor. I really don't want them to be that noticeable in the floor. But we've got some good things going here. Just trying to give a general shape to the house. As I mentioned, I'd really like this to be probably 4 stories tall. Just because, you know, the houses that you see in Venice tend to be very tall and thin because land is at a premium. So you put stuff up rather than putting stuff out. So that should give us some shape for our stairs. And you know, I almost like that stair pattern looking up, so I'll have to think about that. Come on, let's do this correctly. Step back, and there we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue going around with the smooth stone. How much smooth stone do I have? Let's craft a bit more. The raw sandstone I think will be good for a while. And as I mentioned, you know, it's right at this point it's very, very dark in here, but I will add some more lighting later on. As the build progresses. So that's what we're looking at right now. I'll probably put a couple of doors here just to open up out into the courtyard, entryway, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll just continue going up. That's not going to work. Because I was trying to do a beam that ran along this one, and that's just not going to work. I think I'm actually going to have to put it here. Will that work? I hit my head on it, but that's okay. So I have to do my beam a little bit short. And then to make this work, I'm going to have to put another beam here. And 1, 2, 3. So my next beam will actually come out these stairs. That's going to be interesting. I may do a half slab coming in there. I'm not sure what I'll do here. This is interesting. I may have to do these one up. That's what I'll do. So let's do this here, and then do once more around the floor. And that way no, that's still going to cause some problems. I think I'm going to have to do the half slabs at this level. So that's going to be interesting. I'll figure out something to do with that. And we're back. what I've done is I've done quite a bit of building off camera, so you can kind of see what I've got here. As I mentioned, a lot of the houses in Venice have really tall windows, and so I'm trying to emulate that with what I've got here. This is my top floor so far. You can see it's kind of a loft. And if I continue down the staircase that I've got here to a third floor, and again, as I had before, I have these beams kind of going across. I've also got this nice little ledge out here where I can look out over what we've created so far. And I'm trying to make all these doorways have this nice, with the stairs up here. But as I did before, all of my floors have the beam from the previous floor used with the half slabs down there, and that takes us down here. So let me go out here and we can kind of take a look at what we've got. So then the next question is, how do we want to do the glass? I mean, I've got kind of limited supplies here. I'd really like some type of glass that looks really nice, and so what I need to do is go to a creative world and kind of show you what I've done. So let's get safe and then we'll go to a creative world. So here I'm in my creative world. What I've done is I've kind of taken the smooth stone and created some different types of glass here. So I've got, this is white glass, this is black glass, which I've used quite a bit in some other builds. This is gray glass, and then over here, I want to say this is light gray glass, or actually this is light gray glass. Make sure, yeah, this is the light gray glass. And so I'm looking at these, and I really do think this gray glass gives us the better illumination through. I really want these to look light and airy, and this really does look the most like you can just see right through. The problem with the white glass and even the light gray glass is you can still see these streaks very clearly, and the black glass just makes everything look kind of dark and gloomy. And I mentioned this before, I'm not sure how this is going to look out, but if I ever decide to use the yellow stained clay, this is what it would look like. Let me go ahead and put some of this gray glass in and see what it looks like. And so I think the gray glass would work best with our situation. So I think that's where I'm going to go ahead and to do there. And I'm going to go to my home. I've got plenty of ink sacs because of the squids that I've been harvesting, but my bones are all... Oh, this is interesting. Apparently magic has found my home base, and so we should be prepared. I'm going to go ahead and take some of these bones. It should be enough to get some basic glass out of that. I'm not sure how much we'll do, but we'll get that taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead and make a boat and return to my islands. I'll see you in a bit. Ah, the open sea. It's the life for me. So we're heading back to our base. We've decided on the regular gray glass. I don't want the light gray or the black, and the white is just a little too stark. I don't like the plain glass just because of the streaks it's got. So we're gonna take care of that. Let's see how close I can get to my chest, maybe. Not close enough. Cow, what are you doing? What are you doing, Coo? Silly Coo. Don't swim. No, stay on land. Land is a good place for you. You are a land cow, not a sea cow. Come on, Ku. There you go. Stay here. Besides, say hi to Tony Tiger. So at this point I've got some black. I'm going to go ahead and make some gray dye. 8 should be good for now. And then we'll go ahead and set up some glass. Then I should be able to get lots of glass panes and we'll make this work. Off the main entrance. And so let's see how this looks. Let me get farther away. But I think this would look great. Yeah. So it gets me the look of a good look of those really tall windows. And it is very protected, but you know, it still lets a lot of light in during the day. I'm really going to enjoy that during the day. So let's go ahead and finish this glass, and we'll see how the rest of the build turns out. Excellent. So now we've got these windows up. And as I mentioned, this is going to kind of be like a loft. I can continue down to this balcony area here on the 3rd floor. The 2nd floor, I think this back area I'll actually have open up to a grander staircase. Right now I just have this simple staircase on the end, but I think having this open up to a beautiful staircase here would really kind of get the majestic part of the palace and actually make this feel like a very nice entryway. So I'm going to go ahead and take these half slabs out again. There we go. So now all we need to do is start a stairway up. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that and start with some half slabs. So I think this is the center of the room, and we'll go ahead and start it here and go up, over, and over. There, I just clear that, which is excellent. So now if I go over here, then we'll start having it widen out to 5. I'll go ahead and, okay, can't quite go up there, so I am off. So we're actually going to need to start here, just to make sure that I can actually make sure I can clear that. So we'll do that then. That's okay. So we got the 2, the 3, and then the 5. And then up one more and make this 7. And we'll do one more. How am I going to do this? I think I'll come up here and just attack here. Nope. And about 2 more. And come out 2 more here. No. I think I really would want this to be kind of an open area behind as well, so let's... Can I get that? Yeah, I can get that. Good. So then what will happen is this will split up and come over here. So I'll have a nice little and then these will come up as well. So half slabs here, just 3 of them, and then yeah, I think I'll do that then. And then here, this will actually have to come out from the glass 3 and something there. And I can actually fit behind here. This is a fitting little runaround, but now I've got these nice stairs going up to the top level. So put some fences here just to prevent treacherous people from falling down. And now I've got this wonderful little walk-up staircase, which takes us to this level. Right. And then for any lighting issues, which I'm bound to have, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. I probably want to put a light there, just behind the stairs, and one here and here, just to make sure that lighting isn't an issue in this house, because I do worry about that. If this is going to be my home, I really don't want mobs in it. So good, I've got a grander entryway here. Actually, I think I'll go ahead and put a couple of fence posts there and there, just more of a directing. There we go. So I'm liking that. Good. And so what that means is that I think I actually want to get rid of this, and I need to get some more half slabs though to make that work. Actually, I missed. That's not good. There we go. Now I've got the entryway. This is the main way to get up to the second story. And what I can do is I can then start working the same way up here. Of course, the reason I had these off is because of this staircase. Now that this staircase is not going to be the main way up or down, I actually think I'm going to move this over one so it matches up better. So let's go ahead and set up this. And half slabs here. And so now I'm not going to be able to get up that easily, so I'm going to have to get another way up. Sounds like time for another staircase. Maybe over here in this corner looks like a really good place for a staircase. And then the other reason I'm trying to take care of this is because I really don't want this staircase to really dominate the wall. I'd like the staircases to be a bit more interior, so I can actually put windows on this wall as well. So I think we'll continue that for another time. I think we've got a real good start on the house this time, and I think we've got some ideas of where to go next time. So thank you for watching. I do appreciate this.